Hey guys, it's Emily. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be how I film and edit my videos. I've had a few people ask me to do a video on just how I film and what I do to edit my videos. I think there's a lot of stuff, so I don't know if it all fit into one video, but I'm gonna try to make one video that kind of sums up the basics of how I film, what I use to film and what I use to edit, and just some of the basics of editing. Let's just get into the video. To start off, what I film on is my iPhone, which I have an iPhone 8 Plus. If you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, do not buy a camera right off the bat. You can use any type of recording device to film your videos. I recommend using something that you already have instead of purchasing something so that you're not spending money on something that you might not end up enjoying. An iPhone camera will work just fine. I recommend using the back camera because it is a lot better than the front camera. If you're somebody that wants to start a vlog channel or vlog, then you can just hold your camera and you can either use the front camera like I am right now, which is a little bit easier because then you can see like what is in the frame, or you could use the back camera, which this is me using the back camera. I'm guessing that I'm in the frame, but it's a little bit harder, but if you get used to it, then you would be able to tell like where you need to hold it so that you are in the frame. If you are going to film a sit-down video, I would recommend getting a tripod, which I have this tripod. It is from Amazon. If I can find it, I will link it in the description, but it was just an affordable tripod that I found online, and it is expandable and you can make it shorter or taller, and it just works really well. There is also another type of tripod which is like bendable. My younger sister has it actually. I can insert a picture if I can find the one, and I'll insert a link in the description as well of the one that she has, which that works really well. You could use that for vlogging if you wanted to hold it with a tripod, or you can set it on like a window ledge or something like that, which makes it easier to film. If you don't have a tripod, then you can easily just set your phone up on something. Before I had one for Brianna's channel, we would just set my phone up on a stack of books or on a shelf or something so that it was tall enough to get her in the frame. The next important thing to consider is lighting, which I sometimes struggle with this with my video. As I said in my welcome to my channel video, I'm having a really hard time at my house at home finding good lighting just because we're kind of in the middle of the woods and there's a lot of trees. But so far at my new apartment, it's pretty easy for me to get good lighting, at least during the day. The best lighting is natural lighting. Just set your phone or camera or whatever you have up in front of a window, then that's usually the way to get the best lighting. So there's a natural light coming in, which helps with the lighting. You could also purchase a ring light or box lights, but that's if you're really committed to making videos and you are okay with spending money for lighting. Natural lighting is free, so that's just what I've been using and it seems to be working well for me. But if you would want to, you could spend the money to get either a ring light or box lighting. Now I'm going to get into the editing of my videos. So to start off, what I edit on is the MacBook Pro, and this is what I use to edit my videos on, but you could also use an iPhone. I just use the Imovie app, which is free with Apple product. It's much easier to use on a Mac, but you can also use it on an iPad or an iPhone. If you'd like me to, I could do a tutorial on how to use iMovie on an iPhone for those of you who do not have a Mac. Okay, so when you open up the iMovie app on Mac, it will look something like this, and to create a new movie, you would just hit create new, you would hit that plus. I always do movie. Trailer is just something that is like a short movie and they have like templates for them and stuff, but usually you would just hit movie. Okay, so when you open it up, it's just going to look like this. You can import media here. What I usually do is I would go into my photos on my phone and I would select all the video clips from the video I filmed, and then I would airdrop them to my Mac. If you're editing it on your phone, then you would just keep them on your phone. Now that the clips from my video have airported to my Mac, I would just drag them into the iMovie and you just place them there, and then you can X this out. And then you have all of your clips here, which I just pulled some of the ones from what I just previously filmed. Right here, it'll tell you your total minutes that you have of footage. So it says I have 11 minutes and 43 seconds of footage. You have all your clips here. You can select them by clicking on them, or if for some reason you want to select them all, you would click on one and hit shift and then click on the last one and it would select them all. You can also pick them up and move them around. So all you do is for a Mac, there's like different click settings, so you just kind of push a little harder on it, which I still struggle with that sometimes, but you can move the clips around. Another thing is adding audio. Just go to here and there are tons of sounds that iMovie has for you to use that aren't copyrighted. If you go to theme music, then there are a few songs there, and another good one is jingles. They have like songs there that are pretty good. I usually get some of my music from YouTube. I just type in non-copyrighted music and just listen through a bunch and find ones that I like and download them. Yeah, that's how you would insert audio. All you would do, say you wanted this sound, then you would just select the sound and then drag it down to your video. And if you wanted it to like continue playing, you could copy it, which to copy is just Command C, and then paste it, Command V. You could just copy and paste it all down the video if you wanted to do that. Another thing you can do is over here by setting, you can like make it so that you can see more of the video. This makes the clips very stretched out so you can see like second by second pretty much. Or if you want to be able to see it better, you can make them smaller. This is a good way to be able to see all your clips at once by having it very small, but that makes it hard when you're trying to cut a clip with it being so small. Titles is another thing you can do. You can add words to a clip. So say right here you wanted it to say, you can type in like how I edit, oops, and then you can just delete these ones. And then when you go to watch it, it would show up right there. But yeah, that's one option of adding text. Or you could create a green screen, which is what I usually do because I just like the way it looks better. Another thing you can do is put a background in. I've never messed around with this. Not really sure how you would use it, honestly. I guess if you wanted something in between, you could insert this. If you wanted that to be like your transition, then you could go from one clip to the world map and yeah, and then into the next clip. Another thing is transitions. To add a transition, you can either like click onto the center here and then just like double tap and it'll add it, or you so say you wanted to have this wipe left effect going, you just pick it up and drag it and put it in between the two clips. This is what that one would look like if it was going in between the two clips. Then over here we have like other effects that you can use. This one here is like an auto color match, which I don't usually use that. There's another thing where if you had a clip that had really good lighting, then you could match the color, and you would just click onto, say you wanted to match color from this one, you would just click onto here and with the droplet, and then it would put it onto your clip that you have selected. Another thing that I like to use is the crop function. So it gets kind of boring just looking at like the same size frame sometimes. I like to do jump crops, which is like when it's going and then it just crops really fast. Say I wanted to add a jump crop to this clip, I'm gonna hit Command B, which will split a clip, which what that does is it just cuts the clip right where your cursor was, and then you can move down more, and then you could split the clip again, hit Command B, and then just click to select that clip and hit the crop, and you can move it however you want. So say I wanted it to like zoom in on my face area, then I could do that, and then I'll play it. This is what it would look like. It would be like this, and then crops, and then goes back out. Another thing you can do is have it do something called a Ken burn. So I'm gonna take another little piece of it and do Ken burns. So this is what it automatically sets to, is the start and end. And what this does is like a slow zoom in. So it would start like normal, and then it would slowly zoom in to the end point. So if you wanted it to be more drastic, you just click on the end, and then you can adjust how close it gets. And the arrow is just the pathway it's going to be taking. So say you wanted to get really close on your face, then you would just crop it more, and then it would look like that. So that's a more like drastic zoom that you could do. All right, another thing you can mess with is the shakiness of a video, which I don't usually do this, but if your video is really shaky, you can turn on the stabilized shaky video. It's going to analyze your video for motion, and then it will help stabilize it. The other thing that you can change is volume. You just click on a clip, and auto will do like what it thinks is best for the volume of the video. And this is a good way to like trick it to making your volume louder. So if you, like with my voice, I don't always project it loud enough, so I'll always turn on the auto so it makes the volume louder. You can either turn up the volume here, or you can adjust it with this bar right here. So either way works. And as you see, as you turn it up, there's these little yellow marks, and that is where it's like the loudest. So you want to be careful that you don't have too many of those yellow marks, because that means it's going to be like extremely loud. Okay, another option that there is that you can hit lower volume of clips, which what this does is, like, if you have music in the background during the time that you're talking, it would lower the music, which I usually use this if I do voiceovers, so that whenever the voiceover comes on, the music will turn down, which this is really helpful just so that it has like a smooth transition into louder music or quieter music. Another thing you can do is reduce the background noise. So if there's a lot of background noise happening, you can do that, but I don't like to do that because it kind of sounds like you're underwater when you turn that on. But there's different options that I guess you could play around with. Another thing that I use a lot is the speed. You can either change it to slow, fast, freeze frame, or custom, which is just you could type in what speed you want it to be. But slow will slow down the video, and you can change what percentage it is, and then same with fast, you can change what percentage it is, which that's good if you want to do like a time lapse or just speed up one part. Over here we have filters, so you can add a filter to it. I don't usually do that, but you can just add like a color filter if you wanted to. Oops. Or if you don't want one, you can just hit none. Auto effect, I've used this before. It has all different types of auto effects. You can make your voice sound higher, lower. You can make it sound like you're talking on a phone or it's muffled. But yeah, that's pretty cool that you can change the audio effect. I guess also I'll show right here is where you click to film voiceovers. So what you would do is you would just hit this, and then it's going to count down for you, and then once it gets to 1, you start talking and it records your voice like it is now, and then it will just put that volume like in the clip. And then after you're done talking, you would hit stop, and then you have your clip right here. You can move it around so it's in different areas. You can also change the volume of that and everything like that. Okay, so that pretty much wraps up how I edit my videos. If you want to see a video of more in depth of how I edit, I could do that, or one on an iPhone. Just let me know down in the comments. But if you want to see more videos like this, then go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And if you liked this video, then give it a like and comment down below any other ideas you have for videos in the future. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!